This is the AOC Sports High School Football Preview Show.
Week 2 of the high school football season here on UTV 44. Friday Night Rivals, Jim Cox and Dan Brennan. We got week 1 in the books, got a little delayed.
Yeah, we did.
Had a lot of lightning out there, but not as bad as like some of the other places. They had it much worse than we did.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if they had to wait to play their best, Theodore played pretty well. They were really solid. We knew that Saraland was young at some positions, including running back and quarterback. And it kind of
missing a couple of guys too.
And they were missing a couple of really good guys.
Yep.
So that kind of hamstrung them a little bit, but congratulations to Theodore for the big win.
And, you know, it looks like Theodore in 7A, I mean, kind of picking up right where they left off last year. You know, they lost week 1, then ran off 10 straight wins, and they look very similar to what they were last year.
Yeah, I think Theodore's always going to look similar because what they do is what they do, and they power run the ball. I thought the quarterback played well. I thought that was a big difference in the game, and that they were able to establish a few things in the air, quarterback to the tight end.
A little more than we thought, actually.
Yeah, actually. And then, of course, Rogers, the running back, was tremendous.
Yeah, and he's going to be fun to watch all year long, unless you're playing Theodore. Then it's not going to be as much fun. Dr. Cesar Rocco here with us again as we are here at AOC up on the 3rd floor, the beautiful building here. And, Doc, I know we've talked about this in the past. And ACL injuries, obviously something you hear about in football, but it's not quite the death sentence to a player's career anymore like it used to be. You used to hear that, and you just think, boy, I'm not sure this guy will ever come back. It's so much more advanced today.
It's true. Well, first of all, we are doing a lot of things for prevention. We talk to the coaches and the trainers on plyometrics and stretching and conditioning and the proper way of jumping and training, etc. And that has decreased the incidence of ACL injuries tremendously. But also our techniques. If you do happen to have a torn ACL, yes, you're out for the season. Once you have the ACL tear and you have that repaired, you really cannot play for about 12 months. But it's not a career ending. Now, it's statistically, if you're a pro player, probably you have a good 50% chance of coming back to your pre-injury level. So it's not perfect, but we definitely have come a long way.
Tell me, why do you seems like you see him a lot more on like a non-contact injury, or you hear about it in practice or something like that. It's not always the violent hit to the knee that causes the ACL.
No, typically the ACL, the anterior cruciate ligament, is actually a non-contact injury. It's usually a player runs, steps, goes for a pass, turns, and that twisting injury, when the knee twists like that, it tears, that ACL just gets caught in the femur and it pops. So it's really not a contact issue. Now, granted, if someone gets hit, quite and dislocates the knee, then you have an ACL and PCL. You may have multiple ligaments that are injured. But an isolated ACL is usually a non-contact injury. Right.
Is part of it too because athletes are so much stronger and they torque their body? I mean, there's so much more focus on core strength. The rest, and sometimes it's almost like they put so much torque on their body. Is that
it's really not necessarily a large player. Ironically, we have a high incidence of ACL injuries with girls in volleyball and basketball. So it has more to do with how you position, how you land. When girls land wrong, if they land with their knees knock knee, for instance, they're more likely to get injured. But it's really more of a just a serendipity issue. It's just a step wrong and you twist wrong, and that's how it tears.
Talk about prevention. That seems to be the best way to go.
That's why I like to talk to kids about that. If you again follow the proper technique, like for instance, we're talking about girls landing. You have to land in a certain way where you don't put that torque on that knee, but maintain it. I'm big on the flexibility, hamstring stretching, quad stretching, conditioning. I mean, that is the best way of prevention.
And it's not. You think about it as an athletic injury, but I mean, it can happen to anybody doing, walking out to the yard, slipping or something like that. I'm sure
it can happen to Dan getting off the stool. No, getting off. No, I've had
a lot of pressure now for you to get off the stool tonight, Mr. Brennan.
What was that all about, Doc? No, I got you though.
It's a flag on the play.
It is something that simple, right?
So you can get off the couch and take the wrong turn and just get your foot caught, and it can happen. It happens in industry all the time. We see that in people in the workplace.
On the job.
Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
And then so you have this. Is it always surgery? Always.
If it's a complete ACL tear, the vast majority of cases you do. I mean, if you have now you talk about, if you have tremendous thigh on a collegiate player, sometimes they can actually fool you because they have such a well conditioned. That happened to me when I was in training. So I took care of an NFL player, and he was so tremendously strong that he could get by. But the vast majority of people, if your ACL is torn, you need surgery.
And then just rehab it like crazy, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Always informative. Fun talking with Doc here. Talking about ACLs. Hopefully we don't talk about that much during the season. We got a great matchup here tonight. Spanish Fort going on the road, going over to St. Paul's, take on the Saints as we look forward to this one tonight. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Ben Blackman. I think we see Johnny Morris over there as well as we talk Spanish Fort and St. Paul's tonight here on our Friday Night Rivals on UTV 44, Week 2 of the 2021 season. Week 2 of the high school football season here on UTV 44. Friday Night Rivals, Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and familiar face, Ben Blackman, head coach of the Spanish Fort Toros. We get lots of Toros and have had lots of Toro games over the year. Johnny Morris the third, Johnny Football, Johnny Touchdown. He's here. He's here with us. We were just talking in the break there, and I said, "Yeah, Johnny, I saw some of your highlights on Twitter today. I'm scrolling Twitter, you know, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I followed Johnny. Well, he followed me back. Nope, don't follow me. We gonna fix that after the show? Try.
I need to get your Twitter name.
All right, we'll get to do that. Coach Blackman, big win over Fairhope to open up the season last week, and kind of like we talked on our game here, always want to schedule a quality opponent to open up the season, and I know probably some things you want to clean up, but coming away with a victory, great way to open things up this year.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with the effort and the energy that we had. Kids played extremely hard. Defensively, we played really, really well. Offensively, we moved the football really well all night. We had some mishaps that we didn't capitalize on. So we got to fix those things. We had a turnover at the goal line. We missed a touchdown. Those things. Missed a field goal, got it blocked, and playing Fairhope on the Eastern Shore. Coach Carter does such a good job and getting his guys ready to play, and they gave us some things that we hadn't seen, and we were able to change the momentum early in the game and got back on top, and really pleased with our guys and how they finished it.
The one thing we know about Ben Blackman and Spanish Fort, you love to run the football. And you've got a guy, now we'll find out what kind of line you have tonight, but I know you got a guy here in Johnny who he loves to run the football too because he does it so well.
Yeah, he's our feature back, he's our bread and butter. He's been running the ball since he was a sophomore for us. We knew when he was a freshman that he was going to be special, and but he's that caliber person. What you see as a player, you also see as a person, and that's what makes him special. So.
Johnny, it had to be a great feeling to start off the season with a win over Fairhope. Big night for you. How was it? How was it feeling after all the preseason, the practice, the 2 days, all those things? How did it feel to open it?
It was a great way to finish it all. Like you said, the fall camp, all the hard work at Summers to finish that all with the first game, and to finally win the first game. That's my first time winning first game in high school, so it feels good.
You didn't need to remind that fact up. That didn't need that. Hey, I'm gonna mention
the goals win the last one.
That's right.
And you've been pretty
close,
pretty good at that too. I want to add just a little bit, kind of what we say here. There's the expectation to win every time you go on the field. Like there's certain programs where the pressure is more every night because you're expected to win. And I know it's great to be in a place where that's where you want to be, but it is different in a place like Spanish Fort where you are expected to win every Friday night.
Well, and I appreciate that. I want to go to work every day. That challenges me. That drives me. Look, I've been in places where it didn't matter. It didn't matter to them, and in Spanish Fort it matters. And so when the community, it matters to the community. It's going to matter to the kids on our team. It's going to matter to our coaches and our students, and it's going to create that atmosphere that you want to see on Friday.
Johnny, talk about you've been running the ball since sophomore year, but this year you are a senior. how that whole thing means more to you, and how it's different. Maybe how you have to be more of a leader than you've been in the past, or have you even embraced that?
Yes, I definitely embraced the leader role more than any other year, because usually I just mind my business, lead by example. Now it's just not good enough to lead by example. I have to talk, encourage others, help others when they need it, type stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And you can't, you know, when a young man recognizes that as a senior, because maybe as a not everybody can do that. Some can as a sophomore or a junior, but like when a young man realizes that and then can do it. I mean, it's a big reason why you have a program where everybody does care on Friday night.
Absolutely. I mean, Johnny, well, you know, in the off season, you know, he was one of 10 kids that were voted by everybody else on the team to lead us this year, and we knew he was special, and the kids around him they gravitate to him. They know he's got their back. They know he's in it for the betterment of Spanish Fort, and you know, and so that's why he's such a great leader. So.
St. Paul's, you've had some battles with them. We had some great games we've had on TV here on UTV 44, and kind of guessing you're in for the same thing, same thing tonight.
Absolutely, you know, coaching against a Hall of Famer, you know, and he's that for a reason because he's ultra successful. He knows what he's doing. Very, very good coach. Gets his kids to play hard. They're schemed up. They're not going to give you any cheap ones, and it's going to be a battle. You know, for us, we got to go across the bay over there to Delaney Stadium and play, and you know, it's a tough place to play.
But your kids have been some big games before.
They've been some big games.
Yeah, so. Yeah, we're excited for it. Should be a great game. All right, Johnny, he's gonna be back in the last segment, right?
Yes.
We fired the coaches from the last segment.
They're
it's
out.
her decision. It's Heather. So Johnny, now you're going to be on the hot seat in the last segment. All right, Spanish Fort on the road tonight, taking on St. Paul's over in E.E. Delaney Stadium, as Coach Blackman just said. We'll come back and we'll get you a look on the St. Paul's side of things coming up right after this. It's Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. Welcome back. High school football here on a Friday night. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and we've got the St. Paul Saints playing host to the Spanish Fort Toros tonight. We've got Bennett Crane, linebacker here, our old friend Steve Mask, the Hall of Famer, as Ben Blackman pointed out. Coach Mask with us here, and good to see you, my friend.
Sir.
Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
Yeah, well, good to you're excited. We can tell. He's excited for the pregame. Defending state champions, had the perfect season last year. Went up against a tough McAdory team and dropped that game to open the season. And I would guess probably did not have you in a great mood to open things up, getting ready for week two.
Well, we've had better weeks, you know. But you know, I was telling Bennett and I were talking about it with Heather before the night's taping here or show, whatever we're doing, and whatever could go wrong that Friday went wrong. You know, from 11 o'clock on, it was. It seems like if it was supposed to be here, it went here, and we could spend an hour and a half talking about all the details. But the bottom line is, McAdory played better than we did.
Yeah, he told me the story the other day in his office, and I was wincing in pain.
Oh,
yeah. I've heard enough, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear. He said, no, Dan, it goes on. Okay.
Bennett was on the first bus with us, and he saw it. I'll give you just a very small glimpse of the way the day ended before we actually played. We had a police escort. We're running behind, and if you've seen an episode of Cops and you saw what happened, we had the police guy go flying up in the intersection to block off the thing, and the guy ran the red light, and the policeman T-boned him right in front of all of us. And so that was fun to watch. It was held on the bus for about 20 minutes while our trainers administered first aid to everybody, and then we went and played a football game at McAdory. And, it was a little upsetting to say the least, but you know, we didn't play well, and they did, and they're a really good team.
Sure, and and I know you would never, not a guy to make excuses about anything, but always too, though, I think you've probably said, a lot of coaches say, a lot of times you do see a huge improvement from week 1 to week 2 of a football season.
We do. You know, you'd like to have an opponent week 2 that you can see that improvement with, but you know, I think we will be better. I will assure everybody we will be better than what we were last Friday night, and I'm not going to make excuses. And I've told both of y'all before, it makes me upset when Coach talk about how young we are. All high school kids are young. Right. So we've just got some inexperience that we think will get better going forward. And so we've had a great week this week in practice and a lot of respect for who we're going to play. And I will assure you that we will show up Friday night.
Yeah, well, that's never been an issue in games that we have.
No, because the games are usually so big if we're there. Now, also, you know, you actually, as you were telling me, the delightful, enchanting story of your last Friday night in McAdory, you guys got better in the second half. You improved right there.
You know, we looked like we were playing in quicksand in the first half, and we literally were. And, you know, the second half we came in, I thought we played really well defensively in the second half. And then offensively we had a couple of drives and scored in the second half. And, you know, when you play somebody pretty good and you dig yourself a little bit of a hole, it's hard to throw that dirt off of you. And so, again, I'm not taking that away from McAdory. They got a new football coach there. He's done a great job with them. We all know the history of McAdory. They've always had pretty good players and been a factor, but they won. We didn't play well. They played good. They won, and kudos for them.
All right, Bennett Crane, linebacker for the Saints here. So going up against Spanish Fort, obviously you've played these. You've played the Toros, know what they like to do. You saw Johnny Morris here talking about that. Talk about what on the defensive side of the football, what y'all feel you're in for tonight.
Yes, sir. So they obviously got a really good running back, so we have to play with good technique. We got to play hard. We play 100% every single play. And we've been working on trust with our players. They got to trust them to do what they have to do and not worry about, like, we got to do our jobs only, and we got to worry about that. So we had a big problem with that last game. So we've just been working on that, and this week we've been working really hard. So I think we're ready to go out there and play a good game.
What does it mean to be a St. Paul Saint all these years? And of course, the program's been great. State champions last year. A lot of flags and banners are hanging there. You know, you're not just playing for fun. What's that feeling like?
I mean, it feels great to play for St. Paul's. I mean, we won state last year, so I mean, we're defending state champs. So every team we play is going to be going straight for our heads. So we got to go out there and we just got to play it 100%.
You know, when you go up against Spanish Fort, Dan was talking about it. You know what Ben likes to do, likes to run the football. You know, one thing, and I think sometimes gets overlooked a little bit, is on the other side of the football at Spanish Fort. I mean, they will get after you. Like they will get after you. You know, it seems. But offensive guy, we talk a lot about big points. They've scored some of the great players they've had, but defensively they'll come get after you as well.
Well, we're very similar in our philosophy. Though Ben and I've known each other for a long time. You know, we both believe, and at least I do, and watch his team play. I think he does too. You better run football, and you better be pretty good on defense. You know, you're not going to win big ones without being pretty good on defense, and they've always been good on defense. And it's been a very physical game with them every time we played them. And it's been an intense game every time we played them. And I think a lot has to do with the respect that we have for both programs. I think they have respect for us. We certainly have respect for them. And so we don't expect anything less. And they play great defense over there.
Yeah, and you know, you like having these games on the schedule. You like playing games like this.
Well, you like to watch them. I don't know. I like to play them out with them, but you know, we do. When we schedule the thing, you know, we were in the region with them many years back in 5A. Then they moved up, we stayed down, and then the state, with their wisdom, decided we needed to move up for a couple of years, and back in the region with them again, and we didn't have to play them this time, you know. But Ben's a lot like we are. He didn't get a lot of phone calls when it comes to scheduling, and you know, there's not many people leaving things on my answer machine either. So
like a pretty girl without a date, huh?
Yeah, well, I've been doing that for quite a while, but you play who you can play. I'm glad we're playing them. I say that sincerely. I'm glad we're playing them because they're going to make us better, win, lose, or draw. They're going to make us better. They did last year. You know, it was.
And I think he said the same thing about you.
Right. You know, they got a state championship last year, but that was a classic high school football game last year. And every time we play them, it's been that way. So I don't regret playing them this week.
You know,
I think it'll make us better.
We kind of like having the game on TV.
Yes, we do.
You know, we like both sides of the bay. It's a nice rivalry that's developed, and ratings gold, both of you. We're glad you're here. All right, we'll come back and we will wrap things up as we'll get you ready for the kickoff here tonight. Spanish Fort on the road, taking on St. Paul's. Bennett's going to stick around. We're going to bring Johnny back here, and we got some hard-hitting questions coming up right after this.
Graduated a beautiful young woman.
And we are just about 8 minutes away from kickoff here on a Friday night. So we have thrown the coaches out, and we've got rapid-fire questions for the players, Dan Brennan.
Yeah.
provided by Heather.
Yes,
So,
indeed. Thank you, Heather.
We love these. So we will start. Johnny, I'm going to start with you. Book or a movie?
A movie, for sure.
How about this? Does pineapple belong on a pizza? Yes or no?
It does not.
I don't like pizza anyway.
You don't like pizza?
At all. Like pepperoni pizza. No.
I mean, like a pineapple by itself.
Oh yeah, I like pineapple.
He likes pineapple on
Okay,
pizza.
we got that. Crunchy. We're on a food topic here. Crunchy or soft tacos?
I like crunchy tacos.
Crunchy tacos.
You like salty snacks or sweet?
Sweet.
Sweet.
We're very different on some of these. Charge the phone all the time or wait till it's like at 1%?
Wait till it's dead.
Wait till it's dead.
Yeah.
How about a favorite color?
Blue.
Black.
Black. I like that. There you go. Makes perfect sense. Any superstitions on game day?
Not for real.
Get a haircut?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Get a
see?
haircut.
There's that. Look a little. We'll see you on Friday.
Hey,
Any superstitions?
Not really. I got a haircut like a few days ago.
See, Johnny got a haircut. Probably knew he was on the show, right?
Yeah, I
He
ain't
was
know I
gonna be on
was
the show.
this morning.
How about this? If you were just attending a game, favorite tailgate food?
I would like fried chicken.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one. I hate hamburgers though.
Yeah.
Spanish Fort cook hamburgers better than
Yeah.
fried chicken.
Used to cook the remember Big Ed,
shrimp.
the fish
Yeah.
and the shrimp,
shrimp be good,
and the
too.
shrimp there. Let's see. Speaking of food, your steak. How do you like it?
Medium well.
Medium well.
I don't like mine too red.
You're gonna grow out of that, I hope. How about you?
Medium rare.
Medium rare. See, that's how you
gotta
that's how
get
you that's how you eat a steak.
Are you an early morning guy or kind of a night owl?
I'm an early morning guy.
Early morning.
Yeah.
Football discipline right
Yeah,
there.
and you have no choice. You have to be.
I'm early, like 3:30.
Morning one. Let's see. We'll do. How long does it take you to get ready early morning? Get ready for school. How long?
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If you had a time machine and could go back to any era of time, when would it be?
Probably be like 1900s, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Like the future.
Oh, let's go.
Like I was trying to say a high number. I couldn't think of a high number.
But then you know how the season plays out. You got to have the surprise. All right, good job with the questions, Heather. Hey, do want to remind you if you want to be this week's Wendy's Giant of the Week, if you're a junior or a senior, 2 seniors, play football on any team along the Gulf Coast, Alabama, like you two, you can win. Log on to UTV44, click on the contest page to be entered for the Wendy's Giant of the Week prize pack. Rules and regulations apply. Good luck to both of you tonight. Danny Boy will go to the press box. Kickoff comes up in 5 minutes. It's Friday Night Rivals tonight. Spanish Fort and St. Paul's right here on UTV 44.